So today I will talk you through the extended side angle posture. So there's a number of different benefits to this posture, such as strengthening all of your leg muscles, your hamstrings, your quads, your calves, your glutes. It's an intense stretch to each side part of your body, so your abdominals, your obliques, really good for lengthening your spine as well as your arms as you're twisting over your body. It's just really good for strengthening and toning. I'll show you how to get into the position from two different postures. So the first one we'll stand in Tadasana. Okay, so toes, ankles and heels touching, knees tightened and up, thighs engaged. You'll have your tailbone pointed down towards the ground, your navel tucked in, your spine elongated, shoulders back and down, head straight, neck straight. Okay, so as we exhale, we'll move your right leg out. In doing so, we'll twist your left leg pointing towards the front of the mat, and then you'll have your right foot at 90 degrees. Okay, so when doing this posture, if you wanted to go more deeper, you'll always bring your left, well, say in this instance, you'll move your left leg back. So the one that's stationary, the leg that you're not going to be bending. So I'll just heel toe my left leg out now. And for proper alignment, you need to ensure that your both heels are in a straight line. So it should be roughly 3 to 4 foot apart, but it's whatever you feel comfortable with, and you just need to see how your body feels on the day. So your knees will be tightened and up, your thighs both engaged, glutes engaged, hips square, shoulders square to the long side of the mat. You'll always tuck in your core, so strong core, elongate your spine. You'll raise your arms up to shoulder level. So with your arms, if you can imagine you're being pulled from each direction, so from your left arm and your right, you're being pulled outwards. So your arms are nice and long and stretched. Your fingertips are all separated. Okay, and just ensure that they're shoulder level. Okay, so what we would do now is we will bend the right knee. So we're doing the right side first, which will in turn stretch this side, the left side of our body. But we'll also be getting some benefits on the right side as well. Okay, so you will bend your right leg. I'll keep moving my left leg back because it's really important that my right knee and ankle are in line, so they're perpendicular. Okay, so knee and ankle perpendicular. Our right thigh will be rolled outwards, so a adduction to the body. Try and keep your hips square, shoulders square, our thigh engaged, and we need to ensure that we keep pressing back on the left foot. It's quite common in this posture that we put all of our weight onto our right hand side, so just by ensuring that our left foot is fully grounded on the mat, we ensure the weight is evenly distributed. Okay, so I'll just move this in slightly, knee bent. Okay, arms out to the side, and then what I'll do is I will bend my torso over my right knee. I will cut my fingertips to the ground just to help with balance, and then my arm will come over my body. Okay, so we'll try and keep my head engaged as well. This will be a really, really deep stretch from the top of my hands to the foot on the floor. Okay, so we'll keep breathing here. reach up, heel toe our feet in, hands on hips, and back to the front of the mat. Okay, so when you was in that posture, you should have felt a really, really deep stretch, so on the left-hand side of your body. So you're strengthening and stretching like your core, your obliques, you was elongating, and there's an extension of your spine as you was bending over to the right-hand side. Also strengthening and toning all of your thigh muscles down to the ground. But as well, because we was bending our right leg, it's also very good for your stamina, because it's it can be quite an intense stretch, and because you're staying for like a number of breaths, you're kind of learning to sort of stay, like it's just helping with your stamina really. As well as just a really, really good stretch to the entire, all of the body. So you can actually get in this position from downward dog. So I'll just show you that. So we can bring our right leg to the front in between our two hands. And then we can raise our arms up and we will be in the posture. Okay, with this posture, it's best not to do if you've got any headaches, migraines, if you've just got any like issues with your knees, any heart issues, and benefits would be that it's really good for strengthening, for toning, for concentration, for breathing, just like big long breaths. Also there's different modifications, so if you can't touch your fingertips to the ground, you can use a block. So if we go into the position again, turning our right leg out, down, you can use a block, or we can also have it this way for a bit more height. And then we can also find thank you. So I'm just going to run you through the benefits of the extended side angle posture. So it's a standing posture, so it involves strength, balance and stamina, especially if you're staying in the posture for a few breaths. A lot of athletes like to do this posture because it strengthens and tones your calves and your hamstrings. It's also very good for a flexion of the spine. It elongates all of your spine, in turn stretching the whole spine vertebrae by vertebrae to help massage our nervous system. It also opens our root, sacral and heart chakra. Involves all of the doshas as well, so Vata, Pitta and Kapha. It reduces backache because you'll be stretching the entire spine, and strengthens your legs. So it will strengthen your whole leg basically, so your thighs, your calves, your hamstrings. It's also really good for your knee, ankle and hip joints, especially when you're bending into the position. It's a full body tone exercise, and it opens your chest and shoulders. So there's a lot of different benefits to this posture. It's one of the more basic ones. You can use props if you'd be more comfortable. So say if you can't fully reach your hand down towards the ground, You can use a block, so you can either have the block two different ways depending on your flexibility. If you wanted to go more deeper into the stretch, you can bind your arms. You can also have one of your arms towards the ground and one up towards the sky. And you can, if you wanted to keep strengthening, then you just need to practice. It's also supposed to be really good for PMS. So because it's like a massage of your internal organs as well, like it helps with like your lower abdomens, your abdomen, your back, and around your hips. It's supposed to be really good if you are suffering from PMS, mentally or physically. It's supposed to ease the symptoms. So don't practice this if you do have migraines or headaches, because you need to keep your head quite stationary and looking up if possible. It can put a lot of pressure on your head and neck, so you don't want to make that even worse. Don't practice if you've got any heart issues, high or low blood pressure. But just listen to your body and try not to go too deep into the stretch too quickly. Just ease yourself gradually into it and stay for 5 breaths.